From immigration paradise to housing crisis and public discontent. How did Canada get here? Overpopulation, inflation, shortages, frustration. This video delves into the unexpected transformation of Canada's welcoming image into a landscape marked by soaring living costs and strained public services. Are you finding it harder to afford housing or maintain your quality of life? If so, you're not alone. Watch as we break down the roots of Canada's housing and immigration challenges and explore potential solutions. Gain clarity on how these issues may affect your future and discover what steps can be taken to navigate these changes effectively. Number 1. What is the current state of the real estate market in Canada? The Canadian real estate market is currently facing a severe crisis, marked by a drastic increase in rental and property purchase prices over the past few years. In major cities like Toronto, the rent for a two-bedroom apartment has surged by 25% annually, reaching an average of $3,300. This sharp rise in housing costs has made homeownership unattainable for most of the population. To qualify for a mortgage, the minimum income required is often double or even triple the average household income, putting homeownership out of reach for many Canadians. This situation reflects a broader trend of affordability challenges across the country, exacerbating the housing crisis and contributing to growing public discontent. Number 2. How has immigration become a problem in Canada? Canada has a long-standing history of immigration, deploying it as a key tool for national development. However, under the Trudeau administration, the immigration rate has increased significantly to address labor shortages and an aging population. While these objectives are crucial, the policy has not been matched with adequate investments in essential infrastructure such as housing, healthcare, and education. This lack of parallel development has led to increased pressure on public services and amenities, contributing to the perception of immigration as a burgeoning problem. As more immigrants arrive, the demand for housing and other services has intensified, exacerbating existing shortages and fueling public concern about the sustainability of current immigration levels without corresponding infrastructure upgrades. Number 3. What are the consequences of increased immigration? The surge in immigration without adequate planning has led to a range of negative consequences. Primarily, it has exacerbated the housing crisis, with demand far outstripping supply, leading to skyrocketing real estate prices and rents. This has significantly increased the cost of living, making it challenging for both new immigrants and long-term residents to afford basic necessities. Additionally, public services such as healthcare, education, and transportation have become increasingly overloaded, struggling to accommodate the growing population. The heightened competition for housing and jobs has further strained resources, negatively impacting the overall quality of life for many Canadians. This situation underscores the urgent need for a more balanced approach that aligns immigration levels with infrastructure and service capacity enhancements. Number 4. How does Canadian public opinion stand on immigration? Canadian public opinion, which was once overwhelmingly supportive of immigration, has become increasingly critical in recent years. Surveys indicate that a growing majority of the population now believes that immigration levels are too high and are contributing to various challenges the country faces. These concerns often focus on issues such as the housing crisis, overburdened public services, and increased competition for jobs. This shift in sentiment reflects a broader anxiety about whether the current rate of immigration is sustainable and if it aligns with Canada's capacity to integrate new arrivals effectively. The evolving public perspective highlights the need for balanced policies that address both the benefits and challenges of immigration. Number 5. What measures is the Canadian government taking to address the crisis? In response to growing public dissatisfaction, the Trudeau government recently announced its intention to reduce the number of immigrants admitted to the country. This policy shift aims to alleviate some of the pressures on housing and public services. Additionally, the government has pledged to invest in affordable housing and infrastructure to better accommodate the existing population and improve living conditions. However, there is ongoing debate and uncertainty about whether these measures will be sufficient to effectively reverse the crisis. Critics argue that more comprehensive and immediate actions are necessary to address the deep-rooted issues within the housing market and public sector services that have been exacerbated by high immigration levels. Number 6. Who is Sean Fraser and what is his role in the crisis? Sean Fraser served as the Minister of Immigration during a period marked by a significant increase in the number of immigrants entering Canada. In his role, he advocated for immigration as a solution to issues like labor shortages, supporting the influx as essential for economic growth and addressing demographic challenges. However, this approach has been met with criticism due to the subsequent strain on housing and public services. Currently, Sean Fraser is the Minister of Housing, where he faces substantial criticism for his perceived role in contributing to the housing crisis. Many hold him accountable for not adequately foreseeing and mitigating the impact of increased immigration on the housing market. As Minister of Housing, Fraser is now tasked with addressing these challenges and finding solutions to improve housing affordability and availability across Canada. Number 7. What are the future prospects? The future prospects largely hinge on the measures the Canadian government chooses to implement to address the crisis. Reducing immigration levels could potentially ease the pressure on the housing market and public services, providing some relief in the short term. However, to ensure sustainable improvements in the quality of life for Canadians, significant investments in infrastructure and effective public policies are crucial. This includes expanding affordable housing, enhancing public transportation, and strengthening healthcare and education systems. The government's ability to balance immigration with infrastructure development will play a key role in shaping Canada's economic and social landscape in the coming years. Additionally, fostering public-private partnerships and leveraging innovative solutions could be essential in addressing these complex challenges and securing a prosperous future for all Canadians. Number 8. How do the housing and immigration crises affect the lives of Canadians? The housing and immigration crises significantly affect the lives of Canadians in several ways. 1. Increased cost of living. Canadians are facing higher rents and property prices, which have consequently driven up the costs of goods and services. This inflation impacts household budgets, making it increasingly challenging for many families to make ends meet. 2. Difficulty finding housing. The shortage of affordable housing options leads to fierce competition for available properties, making it difficult for people to find suitable accommodations. This situation is particularly challenging for low and middle-income families. 3. Strain on public services. Overburdened public services such as hospitals, schools, and public transportation are struggling to keep up with the growing demand, resulting in crowded facilities and long wait times. This strain diminishes the quality and accessibility of essential services. 4. Feelings of frustration and insecurity. Many Canadians experience frustration and insecurity due to the struggle to maintain their standard of living amidst economic pressures. Concerns about housing, job security, and the overall economic future contribute to a growing sense of uncertainty. Addressing these challenges requires comprehensive policy interventions and investments to ensure a balanced and equitable approach to managing both housing and immigration issues. Only through concerted efforts can the quality of life for Canadians be safeguarded and improved. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of the housing and immigration crisis in Canada. We hope this video has provided valuable insights into the current challenges and the complexities of the policies shaping the country's future. Now, more than ever, it's crucial to spread this message to as many people as possible. If you found this content enlightening and believe that discussing these issues is important, please subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you help us amplify this message and positively influence the debate around immigration and housing policies. Together, we can raise awareness and highlight the need to rethink the policies that affect us all. Click the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us on this journey to promote a more balanced and sustainable future for Canada. Your participation is essential in making a difference.